All right, man. Here, man, we're here for a little impromptu hangout here with my good friend amigo Kadim. So obviously, we've reached sort of maybe just beyond the halfway stage of the Euro 2016, and I thought this was going to be a very boring tournament with the amount of teams being in there. But I don't want to tempt fate or jinx things, but it's been pretty entertaining so far. I mean, I've been very surprised. It's been a pretty damn good tournament so far. So, as in, like, obviously, to begin with, I think the best teams I've seen, I would say Croatia, Poland, and Germany. I think those have been the three most impressive teams. Obviously, we've still got Belgium and Spain to come, and obviously
And
Italy as well.
Portugal.
What is it?
Portugal maybe is also not too bad.
Yeah, and also like Portugal as well. But I'm just saying, of the teams I've seen so far, those have actually really been the most entertaining teams. As in, like, I mean, Croatia looked very good against Turkey. Even if Turkey are not really that great, but Croatia, like Modric, really looked really good as well. Poland, because people will say, okay, they were playing against Northern Ireland, but when you're playing against a very defensive team, it's very hard, and many people are not able to break down those defensive teams. But Poland, they just it's not they're not a one man team, because I thought they were a one man team where okay, it's all about the polishing you and that's it. But those guys have got some guys like Bilic, Piszczek, Blasikowski. I mean the guy in the middle from Sevilla, I think Kerniak or something like that. So they look good. And for Germany, obviously, I mean, I did my post match. I will discuss a bit more. Looking good, as I've said before. But what I was discussing with you, Kadim, on Twitter was, yeah, understand they've got Mario Gomez, but my fear is that I think that Yoshim Love is going to use him as, like, if need be, as a secondary thing. Whereas I thought that he is like this, he's like starting. As in basically, I thought he could be a plan A. So plan A is what playing with Gomez. If that doesn't work, then let's change things up, bring in Scholo or do things like that. Because for Germany, again, they were easily the better team. But and that's my thing. I mean, we will discuss maybe towards the end of the hangouts. I need somebody to explain to me what the point of a false nine is, because I don't really see the point. And I've never really understood why people still even use this tactic, because I just think it's stupid. Yes, Spain won three tournaments with it, but I still feel it's a dumb tactic to use. So, but yeah, I mean, I think really the biggest thing for me. I mean, did anybody see Wales?
Yeah, I did.
That's
I did.
that's what I was gonna say. That because you guys were like Poland was impressive, but I really thought Wales has been the most impressive team.
For me, I don't think Wales as a team were impressive. I mean, they were good in that first half. Second half, Slovakia were all over them. You know, Whereas like Croatia, Poland, and Germany for 90 minutes they were the better team. For the whole of 90 minutes, they were the better team for the whole 90 minutes. I think Wales had a good
You think
first half.
you think Bale was just the best player that you've seen?
You ask me who's the best player I've seen? So,
Yeah.
um, I'd probably say.
Well, Modric has to be number one just
No,
based
no,
off the
no,
game so far.
it's funny. They both play for the same team. It has to be Tony Kroos and Modric.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that they're the two best players that I've seen. Like, I mean, you
Kroos
know,
was unbelievable today.
who?
The Kroos, he was unbelievable. The balls
Like
he was
that
playing,
guy, like like
his touch, just the way he reads the game.
because
It's very intelligent.
yeah, like I've always been saying about this guy, because I said this like years ago, that even if he doesn't score a lot of goals, if you play football, you know that his shooting technique is amazing. Even if he doesn't score, just like the way he shoots the ball is like literally the perfect technique for shooting football. He's always had that since Bayern. And I just think that he's elevated his game to a sense where he is now that kind of guy who can really dominate a match and
And
control the tempo of a game.
and his contribution doesn't always end up on the stat sheet. What I mean by that is in football we have goals and we have assists, but we don't have, like in hockey for instance, they have an assist, the pass before the assist,
Mm.
And I think Kroos, he might not even get credit for the assist, but he'll put the ball in the position to where an assist or a goal can be made. And I think that's very underrated, that he
No,
sees
no,
the
no, no,
game
but
well
like,
enough in order to get the ball in the right positions.
well, but I feel like that's what like America. That's why I don't even. I'm not really a fan of the whole assist tactic because if I pass Robin the ball and Robin dribbles past five guys and scores, do I get the assist?
like Ozil today, like Arsenal fans are gonna go crazy
No, no,
because
no,
he
no,
got.
no, no. You see, for Ozil, that's a great assist.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
No, no,
I
no,
mean,
no. See, for me, that's like for me. If I pass the ball to
assists are always dependent on the person putting the ball in. That's the
uh,
point.
if for Schweinsteiger, if you don't score that, you should never play for a professional football team again. Like the pass was so good, all you have to do is just literally connect with it, and that's it. That's how good the pass was because it's completely beat the defender, it's beat the keeper as well, and it was put on a plate for Schweinsteiger. So that's what you call a quality assist. Whereas if I pass the ball to Robin and he literally dribbles past 4 or 5 guys from halfway in the pitch and he scores, I'm like, how the hell do I get the assist? You know? So
He should get his own assist.
yeah, yeah.
He assisted
But
himself.
but for me, I think like the most. I mean, look, let's talk about because I know a lot of guys, watch the Premiership. Let's talk about England.
I tried to tell you guys. I tried to tell you, man.
Let's talk about like. Do you know? I don't think England have ever won their opening game because look, England.
They haven't. I think they're 0 for 8 or 0 for 9.
Yeah, no. Look, England. That is the best I've seen England look since '98. And you may be shocked, but that is the best I've seen England look since 1998. And when you look at guys like Adam Lallana, because Adam Lallana, he reminds me a bit of, even if he's not as good, it reminds me a bit of Joe Cole.
He
And
doesn't
for
play
England,
like an Englishman. He plays
he doesn't
more
play like an
continental.
English guy. Because basically, like, when you look at Lallana, he's got a footballing brain. And I don't mean to be rude to English guys, but it's like, they have people on the. And look, man, even when I was living in England, I see people who play on the street who are like, wait, why aren't you playing for the English team? But because of the mentality of the schools and the coaches, they want guys like Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Rooney, all these kind of guys who they're good, but they're not really football players.
Just
Like
kind of
Lallana
hard workers.
yeah, just like hard and space, stamina, effort, all that crap. So, but it's like, and I'm sorry, Sterling. I'm sorry, that guy, he's brain dead, man. Like I don't get why people.
Is that more age than his own ability? I think he's like, what, 21, 22? I kind of feel like the talent is there, but he seems like a player who needs to just work more.
No, for me, I think the thing with Sterling is like he's not going to get better. He will give you that speed, he will give you that effectiveness because of his physical attributes, but the guy, he can't finish.
Do you think
He
once
can't
his
really
pace
cross the
slows
ball.
down, then he won't have any choice but to improve his technical aspect? Or do you think once his pace is done, then he'll be done as a footballer?
Look,
He'll be Walker. He'll be done.
He will be done.
Yeah, no, but remember, guys, remember a guy called Michael Jeremiah Owen. Now, the difference with Owen was that he was a very good finisher.
And you
So
won the
when
Ballon
he
d'Or.
lost his speed, he could still finish. So, but Sterling is a crap finisher. So once his speed goes, he's pretty much useless. Hence why kids always pick football players. But look, I mean, for me, moving on, I think that if we go via the groups, look, we have to talk about France because there's so much to talk about. France did not look great. Let's just be fair here. And I believe that Payet, we need to just give him props. We need to give Payet props because that guy is a very, very good football player. Payet is the kind of player where if you play five-a-side, Payet would be amazing as five-a-side. He's one of those guys who literally he's just got a very high footballing IQ. He doesn't need the speed. Basically, like Okocha, our friend Okocha. He doesn't need the speed. He doesn't need the power. This guy is just very intelligent and just know where to be and what to do with it. And he basically can do 5 things in 2 moves.
How much do you think Payet's worth? Like he's
But
29,
let me tell you this right now.
and he's probably going to be the player of the tournament if France.
Let me tell you this right
It's only
now.
one match, man. Come on.
Bugsy, my friend.
Come
Let me tell
on,
you right
he had a
now.
whole
It's only
season.
one match, though. Don't get me
He
wrong.
had a whole season with West Ham like that. It's not like
Let me tell you this right now. West Ham better hope that he gets injured. I know that sounds harsh, and that
they're
sounds.
not going to be able to keep him.
West Ham should pray that he gets injured, because if this guy keeps on playing the way he's playing, we're looking at about, based on how prices are inflated in today's market, 50 mil, 50. We're looking at least 50 mil.
I was thinking 40.
50
I was thinking 40 because he's 29.
50. You can do 5-0, man. You can easily do 5-0. And remember, this is a major tournament, and if this guy keeps on being like he was the best player for France, and
Yes.
the thing with France is that. Okay, look, I have thrown my support behind Giroud because I believe it's unfair how people keep. Hey, Omiyoko, look, man, I'm trying to say something very emotional here, man.
Shit.
But let's just be fair here. Olivier, like it's like Deschamps. What do you want people to do? You can't play a through ball to him. You can't give him the ball to feet. So what else can you do with this guy? Like, you're limited because if you're a guy like Pogba or Payet, you're like, okay, I can't give him the ball to feet. Okay, I can't give him a through ball. Okay, I can't do like a little chip over because he just won't get it. So all you can do is what Payet did in the second half, give him a good cross. But if all that is that you're going to do, any team that knows, remember, this is Romania, man. This ain't like Italy or Spain who have good defenders. Against good, proper defenders for France, how are you going to score? Are you not going to always rely on Payet to score a crazy G like that? You know, so it's like...
He left Benzema at home, bro.
Yeah, man.
Very stupid. Very stupid. Very, very stupid.
And even, you know, like Lacazette or somebody like that. Take that. Why do you need Gignac and Giroud?
Andre
It makes no sense.
Gignac. Look, it's just... I don't look. It's very, very like basically. If
Also. Go ahead.
No. So don't go.
All right. So we saw against Romania that Deschamps is going to be the reason France either win or lose this, and he needs like in the in between time before this game and I think Albania, he needs to decide like you don't need to play Matuidi, Kante, and Pogba in your midfield. You need to choose which one.
Didn't we have this?
For me,
we
the best thing for me is the midfield with Kanté, Payet, and Pogba. On Matuidi on the bench, and you put Martial in the place of Giroud. So in the front three will be
exactly
Martial.
That's how to roll.
Yeah, because I oh shit.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, carry on.
I was thinking that you play Conte holding, Pogba is your box to box, Payet kind of is like a number 10, but in the 4-3-3, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Griezmann as your center forward essentially, and then Coman and Martial on the wings, and I think that would give them the width because you can't rely on 35-year-old Evra and 33-year-old Sanya to provide you the width.
No. Do you know what? I think that they should roll with a 4-2-3-1. Now, the reason why I say a 4-2-3-1, first of all, which is what all of you guys have said, and remember, this is what we said even before the game.
They play so narrow as well because
no. Remember, you know what?
Yeah, they was very nervous because
against Romania, you don't need to play two holding midfielders. That is just being too conservative and being too pussy. You need only one of those guys. So choose either Matuidi or Kante. The reason why I say Giroud should be in the team because Giroud has his qualities. But the thing is that Giroud needs to play with someone like a Martial. And what you instruct Martial to do, say, Martial, run off Giroud.
Flick on.
Play one-twos off him. Because Giroud, look, man, Giroud is a good link-up player. He's good at linking up. And also as well, with Giroud, you know that you now have a variety. So if we can't go through the middle and have a through ball to Martial, we can put it out wide and put a cross into Giroud.
Don't you think that sounds like a plan B, though? Don't you think that sounds like more of a plan B and not something you start with, but something you go to later in the match?
No. You start with it because remember, when you're playing a team and you're attacking, you want. Hence why I always say Mario Gomez should be in the German team. When you're attacking, you need to have options. if you're always going through the middle, through ball, it's very easy to defend. But what if let's say, okay, through the middle is too hard, let's go wide and let's cross. Okay, cross not working, let's go through the middle. Because with Giroud and Martial in the team, you have the option of either going through the middle with Martial's speed to get into through balls, or you can put it out wide and cross into the ball for Giroud. So it gives you a three-dimensional way of attacking rather than just going one-dimensional in just one kind of statistic. So
I mean, oh, go.
No. So basically, I think that look, that's 4-3-2-1. I do believe that against like Germany, they have to play that formation because Germany are too dangerous to only play one holding midfielder. That the stupidity of the shop is that if you play that, you've got a dude called Giroud who's there, and Giroud is not going to sniff a G against like Spain or Portugal. Like like against Portugal, like Bruno Alves and Pepe, they're not going to get. Giroud will not sniff a G against those two defenders. He won't sniff it.
Not even Carvalho, man.
Yeah, not even Carvalho. Like he's not going to sniff it. Like against two proper. Remember, Premiership don't really have proper defenders. We're talking about the best of Europe. So in a quarter or a semi, Giroud ain't scoring. He ain't scoring.
You can't play Giroud up top with Payet and Griezmann in the team. I don't think, because Griezmann is always going to want to play the role he plays for Atletico, which is basically a secondary striker, and Payet is essentially a central attacking midfielder. So even though it when they show the formations on TV and it shows Payet's going to be on the wing, he's not, because his natural tendency is to become central, which means there's no crossing. Yeah, and he naturally tends to come centrally to pick up the ball and then dictate play.
But I think also as well as that, Griezmann. Remember, Griezmann is not Martial. Griezmann is not gonna play a ball to Giroud and try and run into the 18-yard box. Martial is the kind of guy that makes runs inside the 18-yard box. So the issue with what you had is that every time that ball came to Giroud, he was isolated. Because Payet, he's not that kind of player. He is a number 10. Griezmann hangs in and around the box somewhere there. Sometimes he goes in, but sometimes he doesn't. But Martial is much more penetrative. So, I remember when you look at how Arsenal play, Wenger always tells his midfielders, make those runs into the box, make those runs into the box. But France don't have that kind of guy. And also for Deschamps, if you're playing bloody Kante and Matuidi, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get those guys running in. So, and I think the midfield as well, which is what Emmanuel Petit was saying on the commentary, was that it just seemed unbalanced. It didn't really seem to flow. And I think the issue was Pogba, Kante, and Matuidi just seemed as if like, okay, what are we doing? Where are we standing? Where do we go? There wasn't really a structure there properly, so that's the thing. And but then you look at Croatia, yes, I mean, which is what the point that we're making is that look at Croatia, Rakitic and Modric, these guys are just on the same wavelength, and there's just a better flow and fluidity in their midfield. Then of course we now go to Germany,
and they both play
Kroos, man, beautiful. But look, but let's just quickly switch into Germany, and like this is the point that I was making to Kadim on Twitter, which was that you see, like Germany, look already. This is what we already knew. That's obviously that team is one of the best teams at these Euros. The guys on that team are amazing. And Draxler, look at what that guy's already doing. And that guy is 22 years old, and look at how good that guy is. But you need Mario Gomez. You need Mario Gomez because if you don't have a striker, what's the point in Hector crossing the ball? What's the point? I mean, how many times has Mario Götze scored a headed goal? And you looked at Muller, how many times was he even making those runs in there? But which is why I say you always play a striker. Playing a striker actually improves your other players. Because when you play a striker in there, it keeps those defenders occupied. So it now frees guys like Muller and Mario Götze to now pick up better, much more dangerous positions. But you take the Mario Gomez out of there, those two central defenders of the opponents, they now can be a lot more mindful of what Mario Götze and Thomas Muller are doing. So it's harder for them to now be evasive and try and find those dangerous spots. But Mario Gomez in there actually will give you much more opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you're right. You're right. But my point is, let's take France as an example. They had Giroud, a striker, but look how they played. I mean, at the end of the day, Germany had like a much more convincing victory than France, in my opinion. And further, I think the tournament will show that Löw will adapt. At some point in time, he will change his formation if he sees that it doesn't work out with Götze like this. Then I believe that Schweinsteiger and Gomez will feature that team, and probably it will change. Löw will change to the formation he had in at the World Cup with Kroos in front of Schweinsteiger and Khedira behind Kroos, and on the left Özil, on the right Müller, and up front maybe then Gomez. I think that will happen. But
for me, which I've okay. So then Draxler isn't in there then.
yeah, maybe no. I think like Draxler, Götze, and
No.
Gomez will fight for the position in the attack.
Do we think that Germany looked better against Ukraine than France did against Romania, just simply because Ukraine actually kind of tried to play football with them a bit, and Romania had no intent of trying to attack France?
Romania took the game to France. Like, for me,
you think?
The reason why
I just think France looked so bad that Romania didn't have a choice but to kind of come forward a bit.
No. I believe
pressing.
that Romania. I think France did not really believe that Romania would really come out and play. I think France assumed that Romania would really sit back really deep, but Romania actually tried to really push them and press them and really tried to really force the issue against them. So, which is what made France, remember, first game, Navy as well, and the fact that Romania really were trying to play, I think, maybe unsettled thing. But let me go back to what Kadim was saying. For me, I believe that, yeah, Germany definitely looks better than France, but I don't really believe that, because first of all, we're talking about Giroud here. Giroud is average. Okay, if basically
who would you rather have in your team? Would you rather have Gomez or Giroud?
No. Basically, put Lacazette or Benzema in that match.
Benzema, it's Benzema for the chemistry of the team. It's impossible to have him in the squad with the issue in the past months. It's impossible for the good spirit of the team. It's impossible.
No. Look. Benzema, that's all done. He can't come back into the team. It's all well and done. But I'm just talking in hypothetical now. But look, I still believe that.
I think that's pathetic that you can't play Benzema. I think that's ridiculous that you can't have him in the team, because why?
Like, it's like some inner things. I mean,
if he scores goals, then all that's forgiven. If he's getting France 3 points every time out, nobody.
I think it's much more of like a principle thing.
No, it's about the chemistry of the team. Really, in a tournament, it's really important. I mean, it doesn't
scoring
make
goals
sense.
to me is what's important. And if,
But for me, like, I think, like, if you have, let's say, chemistry is important, because without chemistry, you're not going to get goals. So remember, like,
you can have all the chemistry in the world, but if you don't put the ball in the back of the net, then you're just going to get eliminated with all the chemistry. I'd rather have half the chemistry and all the goals.
That chemistry and that harmony will breed those goals. Those goals cannot be achieved if there's no harmony or chemistry in the team, because you now have an issue where I'm not going to pass to Benzema. I'm not going to give him that through ball. Instead of passing, I'm going to take a shot instead of passing. That's the kind of stuff that may happen. In my views, I didn't really believe that there was an issue with any players against Benzema. I thought the only issue was between Deschamps, Valbuena, and Benzema. I thought it was only those three. I thought with the players that, they're fine with Benzema. So even if you put Benzema in there, nobody has beef with him. So I didn't really believe that there's any issue that any of those French players had with Benzema. I don't know. I know Valbuena, he has an issue with him, but Valbuena isn't in the squad. So I believe
what's his excuse for not taking either Lacazette or Gamero?
Okay. Even look at what's Gamero. Basically, for Deschamps, it makes no sense. You've picked two strikers who can't make runs.
They're so similar as well. Like there's no diversity basically.
Yeah, because basically, like, you've picked two strikers where there's no point in playing a through ball. So basically, your through ball is fully negated. But on the flip side, Martial, even if he plays out wide, can play as a striker.
Yes.
And Martial can get onto those through balls.
I would prefer Martial as a striker, personally.
Oh, so you said you'd rather have him as a striker?
Yeah, and Griezmann at the wing, and
But the thing though is that the beauty of having Martial as a winger is that, especially when the game gets tight, Martial is very useful on the wing because he can beat his man. And if he's on the wing, same thing with Cristiano. That may be his starting position, but he can still make diagonal runs and goes in as a striker based on what the situation of the attack is like. So even if that may be his quote-unquote position, that doesn't mean he has to stick to that strictly, which is what Cristiano and Bale do, that they just roam. So you are giving him freedom to roam.
But Deschamps prefer Coman to Martial in his state of mind.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense. It's like
Coman looked good. Coman looked good.
Man, I don't care whether he looked good, man. You don't play Coman ahead of Martial, man.
Well, no. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you want someone to come on, I'd rather start Martial rather than Giroud and have Coman come on.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. So just looking at.
Coming back to the first 11 of Germany, I mean, if you you can argue also that Draxler is on the left, Özil out, in the middle you have Gomez, and then on the right you have Müller. And then you have a three-man midfield of Schweinsteiger, Khedira, and Kroos. You can also argue for that, but I would never do that.
So, wait. I believe that German setup looked okay. They need to sort out the defense, but obviously Hummels wasn't playing, and he's very key. But that German setup is pretty much almost perfect. The only change I would make is either basically you've got to decide either it's going to be Götze or Draxler to get changed for Gomez. So literally that's the only change you make. So for me, let's say just for the sake of argument, you take Götze out and you put Gomez in there. I think with what Draxler and Müller were doing and how Kroos and Khedira really dominated that midfield, that's the team. That is a team to do damage. That is the team to do damage. Because you've got because for me, I think, look, Mario Götze, man, I still support the guy, but I felt that Draxler looked more dangerous than Mario Götze.
Yeah, but Draxler is simply like, he's like a phenomenon, like his body, like he's tall and he's quick.
And I think also as well, dribbling.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of dribblers, man.
Yeah, I mean, dribbling is a combination of speed and technicality, and Draxler has both. So, but Götze is not as fast as Draxler is. So that's but technically, Götze is like a better.
That's what, like, it's good because Mario Götze, I feel, can actually play better through balls and is much more creative than Draxler. So let's say you put Gomez in the team. He's the kind of guy that can put in a good through ball for Gomez to hold up the ball, turn, and shoot. And that's the difference between Gomez and Giroud, because Gomez and Giroud, they're both tall players, but Gomez is far more mobile. And you can give a through ball to Gomez, and that guy can probably get to that through ball. And Gomez has the ability to get the ball to his feet, to hold up, turn, and shoot. Giroud can't do that. You give that ball to Giroud at his feet, it ain't coming back to you.
I think this is where not having Marco Reus really hurts Germany, because he would be an option that you could play anywhere in that top three. And
I said
Reus. I meant Marco Reus.
Yeah, I know, but like Shaw's, I think Shaw's very underrated, to be honest.
No. Because surely he gives you that. I mean, he's not the same as Reus, but I think he gives you that kind of acceleration, energetic kind of push that Reus would give you. So look, I don't think Reus is that big of a miss.
I think he is, because
No. For me, the big miss is Bart Simpson. Bart Simpson, like you saw in this game, that they were missing that right back running attack dimension from the team. Because remember, in these matches I've seen already, the amount of times I've seen wing backs push up is a lot. I'm looking at Poland, wing backs, Croatia, wing backs. Everybody is really using their wing backs to really add a dimension to the attack, and Germany don't have that. They don't, because look, Hector is just a guy from the road. So they don't really have that kind of dimension with it. But let me put a question to you guys, man. England, do you feel that these guys can actually do something in this tournament?
Yeah.
No.
They were very unlucky yesterday.
Let's go one at a time so we can hear everyone. So Kadim, Bagzi, Vamos, and Omiko. So Kadim.
First of all, I thought that Russia-England was a pretty entertaining match, and I really liked how England played, like for 60 minutes. I would say 1 hour were really good, but then later on it shows that they couldn't really maintain the speed. They couldn't keep on the pressure and the speed, basically. And I think, this is like really, obviously they're good, but I don't think that they will be that successful, because you need to maintain that speed the quality for 90 minutes, especially at a tournament. And later on, if it comes to 120 minutes or something, then I think England will really struggle, because Rooney, I like Rooney, he played good, but he was like, he's not like an athlete for me. He's like, he's coming out of a pub and plays some good balls.
Very rude. That was very rude, Karim. That was very rude. That was below the belt.
I'm sorry, but I liked Rooney. But I thought like he can't maintain that level for 90 minutes.
Okay, Bagsy, man, give us your thoughts, man. England's chance.
They won't do anything. The midfield is a joke to me. It really is. I'm sorry. When you have Rooney playing there as the midfielder, Wilshere have to start for me. If I was Hodgson, I would play two strikers all the time, because like there's nothing in midfield. You have to play with Vardy and Kane all the time. I think they're playing the wrong way when you're playing Sterling and Lallana on the wings as well. I just don't think I do anything, to be honest.
Okay. Omiko, hit me.
I kind of see Rooney as a problem, but yet you need him, in the sense that if you don't have Rooney, you're probably going to end up playing Vardy, right? But Rooney is necessary in the team for his experience. You saw as soon as he came off, Russia started getting back into the game, and I think that's probably because Rooney wasn't available to tell guys, hey man, we need to tighten this shit up because it's getting away from us. So I think you kind of need your captain in the team, because he might be one of the oldest players and definitely the most experienced. So that's kind of my point. But you can't start Sterling as well. He has to come under the team. And Sturridge, is that an option to play Sturridge and Kane together? And maybe
they're only picking options yet. They're only playing with one striker.
Okay. Just wait. Let me get Vamos, your views on England's chances based on their match against Russia.
Yes, I like England yesterday. I think they were very unlucky, because I think they deserve the win. For example, when I watched the game of France, I think for example England deserve more the win than France against Romania, for example. And I like Rooney. Yes, I think when Rooney was sent off, it was a little bit of the end of the really attacking force for England. Harry Kane didn't show anything special. I was a little bit disappointed.
That's what I was saying, man. Yep.
And Sterling, he's always in the same register, but I think who is the guy, the manager of England?
Hodgson.
Yeah, he needs to send off Sterling, because he doesn't. He lose sometimes, balls. No. Basically, like Ali was good. No.
Basically, this is what I was even saying to a guy after I watched the match in a pub. Like, for Hodgson, Harry Kane, you need to make at halftime make the change. It's not working. You can't say, because he was top scorer in the Premiership, he must play the whole 90 minutes. It's not working. Make the change. You've got 3 very good strikers on the bench, and he plays 90 minutes. And for Sterling, look, man. Okay, you've got speed. Okay, you're fast. It's very exciting. you're not putting in any good crosses. You're losing the ball. Your final ball isn't good. You don't have any cutting edge. Make the change. So that's for me. Let's quickly move on. Belgium, Italy. I want to get you guys' thoughts on Belgium, Italy tomorrow. So first of all, I'll give my thoughts and I'll give one by one. We'll go one by one. For me, Italy have picked a very bad squad. They should have taken Giovinco. They should have taken Pirlo, and Montolivo is crap. So, and as for Belgium, remember, guys, Belgium, they lost to Argentina. That was their first ever tournament of this generation, and they lost to Argentina, a South American team. I believe that Belgium against a South American team, they will have issues. But Belgium against European teams, I think these Belgian guys can do something. Yes, companies a miss, but let's just say hypothetically, De Bruyne, Hazard, Lukaku don't get any injuries and they're fit. Guys, Belgium can win this. And for me, and Belgium is tomorrow. Because I'm going to put my preview is going to go on the YouTube very soon. I said 2-2.
No.
But even if
No.
I still believe that. Okay. Kadim, go. Your thoughts, Belgium and Italy.
I think personally, obviously they have a very, very dangerous front three, but again, like, who's their creative midfielder? Like, who's the playmaker? Who has people passes? Yeah, and then the defense. So personally, I think like Italy has like a rock solid defense, and I think that maybe Belgium will will win because of like an individual quality of De Bruyne or Hazard. But it will be like 1-0 or something like this. It won't be like, and I think Italy will maybe get a draw or something like this. It will be a tight game, I think.
All right, Babsy, give me your thoughts, Babsy.
I'm going to go to your point. As for Belgium, I think they've got also Dembele there as well, who can do something.
I forgot about him. All right.
Yeah. And as for Italy with Giovinco, they always undermined him. I don't know why. Even at Juventus, he didn't play that much either. But as for this game, I really don't know because I haven't seen Italy play that much. Only thing I'd say is Italy's squad just looks weak to me. It just looks weak.
Very weak. Omiyako, hit me.
I think these teams are basically the antithesis of each other, or the exact opposite. I think Belgium have one of the best attacks in the competition with Lukaku, with De Bruyne, Hazard, you name them, they're there. And Italy have nothing up front. Pella, maybe?
No.
Yeah.
Let me, because I've actually watched a bit of the Serie A. Like Eder is good. Eder, he's good. He's good. He's good. I can vouch for him.
But then going to the back, Italy have the strongest defense in the competition. Goalkeeper, back three, it's there. If you look at Belgium though, you're gonna break up the best Premier League center back pairing and Alderweireld and Vertonghen, and you're gonna put them basically as right back and left back and play Vermaelen at center back. That seems like a dangerous thing for me.
Very good points, man. All right, Vamos, hit me.
Yes, I see Italy win.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think the how do you say the attacking team, or the calcioretto in Italiano.
Oh, okay, yeah. Counter. Oh, yeah. Catenaccio.
Yeah, Catenaccio, yeah. And I think this is the best defense of the tournament. And I always say that for win the tournament, it's more important to have a good defense than a good attack.
Very true. And
Bonucci
and
Barzagli are very experimented, and they are always there with Juventus. I don't see. It's my feeling. I don't see Italy lose. So I see a draw. A draw or a win of Italy in counter-attack.
Because it's a very good point that Vamos makes. Let's rewind back to 2006. Gilardino, a Del Piero who was sort of half injured, Iaquinta, and and Inzaghi. Italy didn't really have great strikers, but they had a very tough defense. And remember, what?
Eder. Like, I haven't even heard of him. Pele is like a guy who's like a semi-Giroud. Like, just come on.
No. But I think the key thing, those are like, for me,
I was a better Giroud.
No. For me, I think no. Pele, he's solid for what he does. Eder, basically, watch him play. Eder is good. That guy, he is good. He's a good player. But that Italy, have the best defense at this Euros. That's a fact. And they have a unique thing of all those three people have literally much slept. Basically, those four guys, Buffon, Bonucci, Bazzali, Chiellini, have slept
They
with each
eat
other
off
for
the same
years.
plate. Yeah.
Yeah, so eat the same place, sleep in the same bed for like years. So if you have that foundation within you, a free kick, a set piece, a defender chipping in, you only need those 1-0s, 1-0s, 2-1s, 1-0s. As long as you don't really concede, you can always find those opportunities, score that goal, defend. So, I
Do you
mean,
guys
you know
think?
what, man?
Do you guys
I
think
think I've
Italy's
got to
gonna start?
rethink my prediction on that, you know.
Do you guys think Italy's gonna start El Shaarawy?
For me, I think he's going to go with a Payet-Eder partnership, and yeah, I think he might put El Shaarawy like out wide, something like that. But I think, but you know, that defense, man. I'm sorry, man. I mean, yes, attack is very good, but guys, man, and I think this will be England's undoing, England and Belgium's undoing. That if your defense ends up to snuff, man.
A lot of defenses aren't that good, to be honest. Italy have the one thing that everyone else doesn't. If you see, like France's defense, no offense, isn't as good as like.
Oh no, France. That defense is like it's very shaky.
Even Germany's today. I mean, like all the defenses in the tournament haven't been that good.
Well, Bagsy though. I mean, I think let's wait until Hummels gets back.
Like, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. I think the defenses have not been so great. So I think, man, if your defense is good, because is there really a dynamic attack out? Remember, I told you, this isn't like Lionel Messi, Neymar, that kind of stuff. There isn't a dynamic kind of attack out there. So
somebody dying in the background, yo. What the fuck?
Oh, look, I have no idea. Look, guys, man, I am absolutely starved, man. I need to go and eat a very, very late dinner. Okay, guys, I will see you again tomorrow at the same time so we can review the Belgium-Italy game. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.